G'day everybody. So this is going to be the second part of the diagnosing video that I did the other day with the RAM sticks. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test the power supply, and I suspect it's not going to give me much results, but I'm also going to change out the cable mod cables with the original Corsair ones to see if that fixes the issue. Because I suspect a mixed match of cables is causing me problems. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to pull the whole power supply and rewire manage everything to make it cleaner, I guess. I don't think my power supply is faulty, to be honest. After talking with some other people and that, if my power supply was faulty, it would be always doing it, not intermittently. Where if it's intermittently, it's usually like cable related. So we're going to try that, see if that fixes it. I could even try undervolting the OC a bit better. I have done it, but I might not have done it properly. I don't know. So this is what we're going to do now is I'm going to start pulling this apart to test the power supply with the cables on it, the cable mod tables. I'm going to use this. It does have instructions underneath. It's a pretty inexpensive thing. It will just tell me what voltage everything is. Doesn't have instructions, so I'm just going to wing it, and let's start putting it all apart. Alright, so now we're going to start pulling it all apart. Alright, so I've got the power supply hooked up. I'm just testing the rail for this one. I can't actually connect the cable mod cables to this. There is one downside with this. It doesn't seem like you can hook up. It doesn't seem you can hook up the connectors for the graphics card, because on the graphics cards, but basically there's a solid piece, 2 pieces on it are solid, so I couldn't actually get it in. But anyway, let's see what happens. So it turns on. There we go. So that is interesting, because that should actually be 12.1. That's fine. Yeah, see, yeah, so there's something wrong. There's definitely something wrong with that. That's correct. Yeah, see, look what it's doing. 12 volt V2. So it's definitely the cables. That's what I reckon's doing it. That's actually, yeah, see how it's flicking like that? It shouldn't be doing that. Not when there's no draw, like, yeah, that's not right. Everything else is stable but that, and that's for your 24 pin. So you're the problem. Now let's swap this out with another cable and see what happens. That's better. It certainly didn't do that at all when the cable mod. So yeah, it might be just the cables, the mix match of cables. So that's a good lesson for everybody, is don't mix match cables. Yeah, everyone always says that anyway. I thought that it wouldn't matter so much because the cable mod cables are designed specifically for this, but I guess it doesn't matter. G'day. So I thought I would give it a bit of an update after I've put my computer back together. It's been over a week. I have done several different stress tests on my computer to try and replicate it crashing. I've even just played it normally with doing all the applications that it would always crash on, and I have not yet seen it crash, which confirms at this stage, it still might happen again, I don't know. But at this stage, it is definitely the cable mod cables that were the cause of the crashing. So I thought I'd give this update so then that way people watching know that the problem is fixed at this stage. Of course, time will tell. Now, I also asked the opinion of a friend of mine who works in the industry. His business is dealing with computers and software and development and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, point is, he said that the issue may not necessarily be the cable mod cables, but it could be just because I have a mixed match of cables, Corsair. I do believe that he's very well he's very well potentially correct. I did find some of the pins on the 24 pin not exactly seating right. I don't know whether it's like that on factory, but when I compared them to Corsair, they were a bit different. But I'm talking about like a micromillimeter that still seat properly and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not I'm not bashing cable mod. Like, they're not, like, people use their stuff all the time without any issues. But I just basically I paid for what I got annoyed was I paid for a kit that is designed specifically for my power supply, so it's all matched correctly. And I put in how many cables I need, and unfortunately, when I went to build my computer, I found that I had no cables that will fit the CPU. The cables that they provided don't even fit the motherboard, so I don't know what they're for. And I only had provided 2 PCLEs cables for my graphics card, and then the rest were all Molex and just completely the SATA connectors were very useful. They gave me lots of SATA connectors, which is great. But yeah, there's 3 cables out of a whole bundle. Like, I got the mega pack were usable, all the others weren't usable. That's what annoyed me. And when I basically questioned why I got them, and like I ordered a kit and didn't fit, I got nothing. So it could be I'll just maybe slip through the cracks or something like that. Like, don't think that I hate them or anything like that. I think it's pretty cool what they do. It's just I'm just unlucky. I didn't get the correct cables. but I also went through a third party as well. So I can't blame Cable Mod because I went through a third party, and this is why it also is a bit more complicated. But anyway, long story short, I haven't got any issues at the moment, so I hope these two videos, the RAM diagnostics and the power supply testing, I hope they're useful to you, and I hope you have a good night and day depending around the world, and see you next time.